Hey everybody, it's Barry Hughes and I'm getting ready to walk another trail today. Today I'm going to try this harness on and see if it works better, and so I'm sure you'll let me know. Um, I know it frees up my hands. I'm like carrying a GoPro stick, but today I'm going to go down to the Ancient Trail, which is part of the Terrace Loop Trail. So you'll see some of this look familiar, and then we'll take a right and go out to the Ancient Trail, which has got an Indian mound. I don't think it's an Indian burial mound, it's just a mound. So come on along and let's walk. Well, I can tell you that this strap is a little tight, not real tight, but it, it looks tight. But you know, that's why we're out here, to get it untight. It is October 5th and it is about 49 degrees. I'm in shorts, but I'm hoping to walk fast enough to I'm going to set my Fitbit here. All right. I didn't tell you before, I got the new Fitbit Charge 4 that has GPS. That has allowed me to free up from carrying my phone with me, so that I'm not carrying a phone, carrying a selfie stick. It's so this strap and Charge 4 has freed me up, but given me a lot of tools. It is deadly quiet. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon too. Cloudy skies. Leaves have been starting to fall. I'm at Battelle Creek, or Battelle Darby Park, which is right next to Darby Creek. This is just outside of Columbus, Ohio. And this Terrace Trail loop. And right now, this is part of the old Ohio Erie Canal Trail, I think that's what they call it, which goes from Cincinnati to Cleveland. They've redid this, so I think they've rerouted it to a blacktop section. I'm sorry you have to hear my heavy breathing. I had some bad eating habits the last 3 days, not gonna lie. So I had some significant, oh, this thing says I'm in, I don't know if you can see that fat burn. Yay. So anyways, speaking of fat burn, yeah, I weighed in this morning at 305.4. I mean, it's like 5 pounds. So we're gonna reverse that. You know, birthday is coming up in 14 days. I definitely want to be under 300, and I mean a good under 300, like 295. Lily Chapel, 3.6 miles. London, Ohio, 12 miles. If you was to stay on this trail. Here's where we take a left. See a squirrel over here in the tree. Hi, Mr. Squirrel. I only saw a few people in the parking lot today. I mean, this is a good day to walk. What do they call this? Crisp. Maybe people have already walked today. I think this ancient trail is only about 1.1 miles, but adding in this terrace loop might make this about a 1.5 miles to maybe 2 miles. We'll see. I like this trail better than walking a trail out back of my house because I don't like walking someplace and walking back the same way. I like to do loops. Says we've gone 0.34 miles. Yeah, you don't even hear birds out too much today. Well, you got the rabbit in there. Scared me a little bit. You can't see it very good, but right over here is the Darby Creek. This is the way when we come out. We'll be coming out right through here and walking out right up there to the car. So, yeah, this portion of the trail will be redundant. That's my word of the day. Well, the good thing is I've been volunteering every day this week for the Metro Park. I'm in the step bet. I got in all my steps last week. I don't know if you follow along. Saturday night, I didn't tell you this. I was going to finish up my step bet for the week on Saturday night. I had to get 8,880 steps in to make Sunday a free day, even though I was going to walk it anyway. But I like to get those steps out of the way as fast as possible. Oh, here we come up here. This looks like somebody's coat here. Oh, Ancient Trail. I take it back, it's 1.9 miles. Ooh, so this will be a better workout than I thought. Anyways, I only had 8,880 steps. And I had my grandson over. We went walking. By the time we got through walking, I only had a couple hundred steps left. Walked around the house a little bit, planning on finishing it off. Forgot about it. Went to bed and woke up and found out I was 30 steps short Saturday night. So I'm glad I still had all day yesterday to get it in, but I don't like to cut it that close. I could not believe that I was 30 steps away from getting my steps in for the week. The downside of that is I didn't get in my 10,000 steps that day. And having him over gave me the excuse to binge eat, which led into about a 5-pound weight gain over 3 days. I just, I'm hoping a lot of that's just like water weight. There's like a little bridge up here not a big bridge, just a little tiny bridge from what I remember. It's been over 2 years since I've hiked this trail. And then a little bit of a hill till we get up to the loop. This trail will follow right along the creek, pretty much all on the right hand side of the walk here when we get up here. And then when we get back into the tree line, we'll circle back around. I did some research on YouTube this week to find out how to cut down on the file size of these and upload, still keeping the quality and shortening the upload time. I did the Old Man's Cave walk the other day, and it seemed to upload a lot faster. So says we're about 3/4 of a mile right now. When we get up here, there's a lot of signs, especially around the Indian Mound. I want to read these signs, if you don't mind, for my information, as well as maybe your curiosity. Here's this little bridge I was talking about. It's more of like a culvert put in. But I think I like the way they put these little rocks over it on the sides. Of course, the creek's dried up. That's the natural state of that thing, though. I think it's just for rainwater. There's a game box out here. Right over to the left. Oh, probably 200 or 300 feet is the creek. It's hard to imagine Indians that lived here hundreds of years ago up and down this creek. Here's the little hill, another game box. And they're on pedestals, so they've been put here on purpose for something. So it's not, looks like for construction. I'm hoping this GPS works good. This is the first try under canopy of trees. All right. This is where we'll come back out. This is a big field, and basically we're walking all the way around. Let's see. We're all right down here. Here's where we are. We're going to walk this all the way around, and we just walked all the way to here, so we're just going to do this loop back here up to the parking lot. So out of breath. Now, a couple years ago when I was walking, I'd have to come up here and sit down. So I have made improvements. This thing's telling me we've went 1 mile. You see, this trail's not as, well, it's not as traveled as in most of the other trails, but it's also not graveled like the other trails. They do mow it though. And if you can see here, they always keep this thing wide enough that the park rangers can drive their vehicles back here. So as we climb way up on the hill, you can't see it, but right over here is probably about a 30 or 40 foot steep drop off down to the creek. And there's something about the valley. I'm sure it's got something to do with the Ice Age. And that looks like a little service road. I think if the park rangers wanted to go down to the creek, they could. So what I want to learn about this mound is I don't think it was an Indian burial mound, but I don't understand why they would have built it. I think we're coming up on this mound, not too far from here. What that little buzzing noise was. I hope you're picking up on all these yellows and reds and greens. Oh, there's somebody up here.
Good morning.
How,
Good, I guess, yeah.
yeah? How are you? She beat me to it. Usually I'm the one saying hello first. All right, we're coming up. This isn't the most impressive mound, but it is an Indian mound on the middle of a field here. It's called the Voss Site. So let's read what it says here. On this terraced bench overlooking Big Darby Creek, people of the Fort Ancient culture constructed a large circular village with a central plaza and constructed a low earthen mound on the plaza's edge to commemorate the burial location of important members of their community. So it is an Indian burial mound. The location of the site is unique. It is one of the northernmost 4 ancient sites. The Voss Site was occupied more than once during the period ca. AD 1100 to 1440 by 4 ancient populations practicing maize agriculture. These populations during the later half of the period were intercropping maize, beans, and squash. They supplemented their diet with deer and wild turkey and made use of the extensive resources of the creek, including freshwater mussels, fish, waterfowl, and turtle species. Remote sensing techniques such as magnetometry have recently been used to map the village settlement and build upon the knowledge of the site gained from excavation of the mound and a portion of the village in the 1960s by the Ohio Historical Center. The feature shown to the right was revealed through testing of a magnetic anomaly. The pit feature excavating by removing the eastern half was originally dug for storage, then later filled with refuge. Wait a minute. The glass lining the bottom of the pit inset was preserved as a result of burning. So, burial pits, mound excavation, a house and a house. I don't know if you can see that. Let's walk around it. It's only 6 foot tall. It's almost about as tall as I am. I'm about 5'9". So I'm giving it a little bit higher. Like I said, it's right on the edge of the wood line there that is by the creek. And then there's this big old open field here, which they said looked like there was 2 houses over there that way. And evidently the 4 ancient Indians liked to sit. Here's a park bench. I don't know what they called it back then. And I think they were pretty good at polywood fiberglass resin. Wow. I'm being facetious. That's one thing we have here in Ohio, and I'd like to do more walks on ancient Indian burial grounds. Ohio has their share of them. You know, we have Serpent Mound. We have the Great Mounds, I think Great Mound Works or Great Mound City over in Newark. There's some down in Chillicothe, Ohio. So I'd like to explore them this year. Especially since I still have my Ohio History Pass and I've not yet used it hardly at all because of the thing. And most of the sites were closed. But maybe they're open now. I wanted to tell you, but I was going to wait till I get over here. I believe this area right here is probably the most remote of this park over here. And this is where they have spotted, people have said they've spotted Bigfoot. Wouldn't that be awesome to catch on video? And maybe because I know that it does something, but I always get a creepy feeling when I'm walking this back little section. So I'm glad you're here with me. So we're getting ready to leave the creek here, which is to the right. And this will be pretty much the end of the loop, or the middle of the loop, as we start going back around the other side of the field. And up here's where I had another bout with a horsefly. That seems to be my biggest confrontations when I've been out here walking, is horseflies. There are lots of deer and turkey out in this area. I think that's what this sign is pointing out, but yeah, I constantly see deer out here. Not too much on the turkey. Once in a while you see turkeys, but see more deer. Let me get up here on this path. There's a reason it's a path. And the metro parks built this like, they look like little birdhouses, but I think they may be for bats. Seem to recall something about that. If you know, leave a comment down below. But you'll see these little boxes everywhere. I don't know if you can see them, but there's a couple up here. We might see some before we leave. I'll point out. I don't know if you can see them, but there's two boxes right out there. They're numbered too. So I've heard this trail referenced as the Nature Trail, Ancient Trail Loop, Fort Ancient Trail. And I think all of them would be correct. So if you've made it this far into the video, I'll tell you my secret. Well, it's not a secret, but I've been struggling over the last couple days to do, low carb keto versus calorie counting. And Saturday, I was going to go start back on keto. Of course, by Saturday night, I blew that. So I woke up yesterday morning, gonna start keto. By the afternoon, I blew that again. And I've just decided I failed that diet so many times. It's not even funny. I can't even tell you. Can't even begin to count how many times I've started and stopped that. I want to do it, but I don't know. I'm addicted to sugar. For me, I don't think it's sustainable. And I've said this in other videos. I last at the most, usually 2 weeks. I made it 3 months 20 years ago, but I've never been able to duplicate it since. And it's all about willpower. But I know I just can't seem to do it, so I'm going to have to go back, keep walking, exercising, eating. Like I said, when my exercise and my food intake equal 1,600 calories, I lose almost every day. So that's what I need to do. All right. We are coming back to where we started at the top end of this loop. So we walked all the way around that field. Basically is what we did. A lot of these trees that had leaves on them just 3 days ago are just about gone. It was amazing. The wind picked up over the weekend, got cold, and you could just see these leaves falling by droves. It was just like confetti falling. I just may have lied to you. I thought we were sitting in a loop. I think this is like a little loop of a loop. Yeah, because right over there is the mound. Straight across the field, straight over. I hear some over here in the woods. You ain't getting out of it that easy, Barry. I was like, that's a fast walk. And because you're not done. You're getting this unfiltered uncut. There's some like little purple little flowers here along the way. That was 2 miles right there. Like I said, I'm really excited to see that if this Fitbit GPS works. I know from the experiments I've been doing in the last couple days, it doesn't give you a straight line. Like I'm walking fairly straight here, but on the GPS it seems to, on the map it seems to show it just sort of winding, but it gives you close enough. But some of the other GPS apps seem to be more in line with how you're actually walking. But like I said, this is freeing me up from my phone. This strap, I'm gonna wear the selfie stick. So I'm free. So I've only encountered 2 people, one right at the parking lot, and the lady we passed on the trail here so far today. And one dog I hear yelping still. I don't know if that's deer or a truck. Sometimes you can see little pathways into the field here, and you can say that's where the deer go in there and lie down. from my recollection, they said this is a very heavily populated area for deer bedding down. You'll see spots over in here where they've just laid down. Like I don't know if this is a good example, but you know, you see a lot of places where it's just matted down little spots where there's a group of them have just laid down in there. Here's some more of those, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if they're bird boxes or bat boxes. I think they're bat boxes. But anyways, I think there's, looked to be about a dozen or so in just this little area here we walked today. There's 3. All right, now we're back to where we started at the beginning of the loop, and we read from that little sign over there. Best part of this walk is we get to go downhill the hill we went up. You know, and I look at some of these hills over here, and you just wonder if there's any Indian burial mounds over in here that's been grown up, the trees have grown up over it. You know, why just that one little spot over there? Like I said, leave me a comment to see if this video has been more jumpy with me wearing this body camera or with the selfie stick. It was an experiment. I'm hoping with the stabilization that it's viewable enough to keep wearing this, because I found this to be very comfortable, and it's not, I don't think it's as noticeable as carrying around a selfie stick in your hand, because I'm wearing a black shirt, so the black camera sort of hides, at least from probably a distance. Up close you could tell I was wearing a camera. Let's see if that lady, if that was her jacket on that sign. I think we're walking at about a 20 mile an hour pace, which that's what I'd like to work on next. $20-minute mile. And I used to run track when I was in junior high school. I even lettered in the mile. And yeah, it's amazing how I went from lettering in the mile in junior high to 326.2 pounds at my heaviest. You know, the old joke, I got my eyes from my mom, my nose from my dad, and my gut from late night pizzas. Tell you right now, I can't wait to do a review of the restrooms here because I gotta pee. That'll help you pick up the pace. TMI. You know, I hope that maybe you can use these videos to walk on a treadmill or some kind of exercise bike, or just motivate you into wanting to get out and walk with me. I'm not wearing nothing fancy. Matter of fact, I just got on some tennis shoes. Although I do have some hiking shoes at home. Probably gonna wait till colder weather, start wearing those. But yeah, there's nothing keeping you from doing what I'm doing here, just to get out and find a park, street, you know, walk your neighborhood and just go. I'm telling that to myself too, by the way. Sorry about that. We made an unexpected detour, which was related to what I mentioned a few minutes ago. You just couldn't wait, could you, Barry? Oh, by the way, just as I did that, I just passed 2 people. So don't make that a habit. And then we walk right through here. Ooh, that's sort of like a hole. Going right to the park ranger up here. Like I said, there's another little shelter house over here. These things are perfect for birthday parties. You know, I don't know if you'd want to hang your hat on it of being available, but like I said, especially right now at the fall, there's nobody here in these things. A lot of activity around here. I think there are workers though. Yeah, if you get it just waited, right here's the restrooms. There's people up in a tree over there. That's 3 miles. Hi, how you doing? A couple other playgrounds. So let's see. I saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 people. And we are starting back to where we started from. All right, guys. Well, thanks for going on a walk with me, and see where we go to next. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.